Shalom, shalom, excuse me. Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Shimon Kodash. I'm right in the middle of drinking day 2 of my detox. Piece of cake. I hadn't ate meat since Sunday. I started it unofficially Monday. I started officially as Tuesday. The last shopping that I did was on a Monday, late, early afternoon, late morning or early afternoon, and I didn't get any meat, so I'm not going to be eating meat. Well, this is day 2. I don't know how long I'm going to deal with that in this 14-day detox, 2-week detox, but I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Just like rice, like I told Yashawamba, I said you got to cut that rice cold turkey, man. That you got to go cold turkey with the white bread and the rice and all that. No more. The rice is just a filler, just a filler. You know, put a little bit of meat on top of the rice to fill up that bowl. That rice is no good. It turns right into sugar. Anything white. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video. What did I say I was going to entitle it? Oh, you have to come to GMS to get the 100% truth. And that's a fact. It still stands. We are the only camp that have 100% truth. We got camps out there that got 90%, 80, 85%, 95%, 98%, not even 98, 95%. So you got to come to GMS to get the 100% truth. Even you people that converted from Christianity being Israelites, like this brother right here, he's Pastor Kelly, I think it is. You know, he's an Israelite, but he's formerly a Christian pastor, and he does, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he does call on Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Where do you think he got that from? If he didn't get it from GMS, he got it from ISUBK or maybe some other group that came out of One West, maybe the HODC or Sakari or whatever. But he definitely got it from one of the One West groups that's still call on Yahweh by Shemal Shai. I didn't mention the marching fools. IUIC had to throw that out at you, man. Y'all dudes is crazy. Y'all just marching all over the place. Anyway, and we the crows, right? I heard what y'all said. The crow, the crow jump on the eagle back. The eagle just go higher. Yeah, but guess what? Guess what? You an eagle. Is an eagle a clean animal or unclean animal? That's all I got to say on that. Anyway, I'm just, you know, riding them. You know, and no hard feelings. You know, you got, competition is a good thing, but you got to get with GMS to get the 100% truth. If you want less, then get with one of them other camps. Not gonna get the full truth. The big thing now is the grape doctrine. That's old. That's old school. We've been there, done that. That's old school. If you ain't got it, you ain't never gonna get it. But the conversation that all Israelite groups, real Israelite groups, should be talking about is the MOTB. That's the conversation that you should be having. But anyway, I didn't even get a chance to watch this video, but I got in my notification, I believe sometime last night. Yeah, but I couldn't watch it. I was getting ready to go to sleep and all that. And I just finished doing my 2.5-mile walk, and I'm sipping on my detox. Day number 2. Day number 2. Apostle Gabar's on day number 1. And give me a second. and it's good. It's a piece of cake. Piece of cake. I don't miss the meat. None of that stuff. Thus far. Anyway, this is on my notification. So I said I gotta watch it, but when I get up, I'll watch it, in the morning. So this is put up by Remnant Save 144. Title is, which is elder head of GMS Dallas. The title is John the Baptist, Elijah, and Reincarnation. This right here, like I said, I hadn't watched this. 48 minutes long, 48 and a half minute long. So I looked at this on the screen and I said, this looks familiar. But come to find out, this is a video that I put up 2 years ago. GMS Thinking Out Loud. And I probably was in my car, maybe not. It was premiere, so I don't remember, right? So the elder said, well, this is the video that Tahar, the Apostle Tahar put up. And I kind of remember it. So what I'm going to do, I don't know what he's going to say, but I mean, I know the topic is reincarnation, John the Baptist, Elijah and reincarnation. John the Baptist that came on the scene during the time of our Lord Yahushua, Hamashiach. Let me say it this way. Let me not say John. Let me say, I believe the Hebrew is Yaka'anan, if I'm not mistaken. Because Yaka'anan in the Hebrew, I believe, is John. My Hebrew is very rusty, but it's something like Yakanan or Yaka'anan. I can go check it, but I'm not going to check it now. So it says John the Baptist, Elijah, and reincarnation. So let's listen. I hope you can hear it. Put the sound all the way up. And let's see what the Spirit takes me on this one. Because now we analyze a lot of things. Anyway, listen up, listen up, listen up.
Giving all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachahakorash. Double honors as always to the apostles, the elders at Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. And I wanted to do a response to this video done by the elder Apostle Tahar, GMS declaring the end. Subscribe, GMS Thinking Out Loud. December 13th, 2021 is the title of the video, where you have this particular group speaking against reincarnation and speaking against John the Baptist being Elijah back in the flesh.
Yeah, because they don't have the full truth. See, they came in, it's in St. John 10, first couple of verses. I'm not going to go to it. Somebody can put it up there in the comment section of this video. They don't have the 100% truth because they didn't come through the straight gate. They didn't come through the door. And Yahushua is the door. We are merely, if Yahushua is the door, we are the doorkeepers. We are the men at the door. So they didn't come in the right way. They came in their own way, which they need to humble. Pastor Kelly needs to humble his ass down and get with the program. It's good that you know you're Israelite, but you gotta get the 100% truth. Now, there's one video I did maybe 6 months ago, because he did a break, called himself breaking down something. He broke it down wrong, so I did a counter to his video, and then he kind of came back. He did a counter to my video, and he was a little mad. But then he broke it down right. Then he started breaking down things right. But he got to get with the program if he's one of the elect. Most High is only dealing with the elect, starting with the 144,000. Like I said I was going to use the term 144,000, and then the rest of the elect. So let's listen and analyze.
All right. And right here, this is a group, of Hebrew Israelites, which turned from Christianity, which that's a good thing. All right. However, right, these scriptures are only for those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. All right. With some of you groups, you get the basics, you get basic understanding that you're Israelite, the curses, the tribes. Some don't believe, in the 12 tribes chart, but overall they're teaching Jake that they're Israel, repent, you know, um, and so forth. Which that's prophecy, the spirit of Israel being pushed heavily in the latter days is all part of the prophecy. Because from amongst all of these, Jakes, there's going to be some elect who wake up to the full truth, because there's only so far you can go with these guys in the understanding of these scriptures, because it's only given to a few to know and understand the secrets and the mysteries. Okay, as a matter of fact,
The mysteries. The mysteries. I'm bugging. Please bear with me. The word mystery in the New Testament, in the Greek, in the Koine Greek, is the word mysterion. You can look it up. I'm going to the definition. So a mystery is something that you got to figure out. A mystery is broken, given to you by divine intervention, a secret, a clue, a cheat code. Most High gave us a cheat. That's a video right there. The Most High gave Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai gave us the cheat codes. If y'all play them video games, you know what I'm talking about. That's a good one for you, Apostle Ryan Block or Apostle Bar. You gotta have the cheat, and you don't see. That's why they can't see that John the Baptist was a fulfillment of Elijah. He said he was Elijah without saying. He said, I'm not Elijah. But then he made the statement that he was Elijah by saying something that was a fulfillment of Isaiah, one crying in the wilderness, making straight the way. I'm merely paraphrasing. So he said, "Oh, I'm not Elijah." But then he said something to confirm that he was Elijah. So he wasn't privy to that secret. He wasn't privy to that mystery. You understand? So let's listen to some more. This is you gotta get with the 100% truth. And the only group that has 100% truth are the men of GMS. So you got IUIC, they can march their ass off. They look good and all marching and marching the wooden soldiers. But see, one thing that they're lacking is what? 100% truth. They do not have 100% truth. I would say they have 90% truth. Maybe even 85% truth. Sakari has more truth than you guys. So come on. It's going to be a controversial video.
Let's get Matthew, the 13th chapter, okay? When Yahweh Shai himself tells you that he doesn't open up his understanding to everyone, okay? As he always said in Matthew 13:9, he who has ears to hear, let him hear, okay? And the ability to have ears said, his understanding self, tells you that he doesn't open up his understanding to everyone. Tells you that he doesn't open up his understanding to everyone. Tells you that he doesn't open up his understanding to everyone. Okay, as he all tells you that he doesn't open up his understanding to everyone. So tells you that he doesn't open up his understanding to everyone.
I want you to hear that good. I played it a bunch of times so you can hear it. He doesn't open up his understanding to everyone. That's another topic. Anybody that wants to get it, that's another topic right there. He doesn't open up his understanding to everyone, meaning every Israelite. He doesn't open up his understanding to everyone, every one of the Israelites. You got certain Israelite groups that are stuck on the grape doctrine. Why are they? And they see it different than the way we see it? Because he doesn't open up his understanding unto everyone. This is why we say we got 100% truth. None of them got General Netanyahu. He can't say that. That word, he cannot say we got 100%, IUIC got 100% truth. He know he can't say it. Because if he could say it, he would have been said it. We say it all the time. We say it anytime we get ready to say it. GMS has 100% truth. Why kick it against the pricks?
Okay, as he always said in Matthew 13:9, he who has ears to hear, let him hear. Okay, and the ability to have ears to hear and eyes to see is a gift given from on high. It's nothing you can do on your own.
Precept just come to mind. You got to be like the Ethiopian eunuch, and he was an Israelite, by the way. All right, let me go get that. Let me bring that up. Acts 8. Acts chapter 8. Excuse me. Okay, Acts 8. Computer's acting up. I want to go right to the point. Oh, so anybody that says, well, he wasn't an Israelite, he was an Ethiopian, he was an Israelite. How do we know that? And he arose and went and behold a man of Ethiopia, and a man of Ethiopia, meaning he was living in Ethiopia, he was an Israelite, an eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of the Ethiopians. She was an Ethiopian who had the charge of all her treasure and had come to Jerusalem to worship. Why did he come to Jerusalem to worship? Deuteronomy 16:16. So that he knew he was an Israelite, but he was living, he would be considered a what is that? A Grecian as opposed to a Greek. Ask a Christian now. What's the difference between a Grecian and a Greek in the New Testament? They don't know. Now, mind you, vocab would know, or should know, but the average Christian don't know. It says, was returning and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet, because he was an Israelite. But he didn't understand what he was reading. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, go near and join thyself to his chariot. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah and said, understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. So he had a big chariot. So this, the main point was, how can I understand? How can I, except some man should guide me? So a lot of you guys, well, the Spirit came direct. No, the Spirit didn't come directly to you. None of you camps, post One West Israelite camps, meaning you YouTube guys that saw us on YouTube, and instead of joining the camp, getting with the IUIC, ISUBK, GMS, HOD, whatever, you just said major, you got garment, you put the fringes on it, you got the sign, the 12 tribe sign. A lot of you guys can't even break down the 12 tribe sign. A lot of you can't even break down all the scriptures. And then you just go out there and you say Shalom and Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, but you didn't come to the straight gate. You didn't come to the door, the keepers of the door, the doormen. We are the doormen. The door is Yahweh Shai. So the same thing with Pastor Kelly. He came his own way. That's why he can't see it. So let's read on. The Most High appointed men to teach other men. And those men that stay in this thing, and they're part of the elect, they become teachers to teach other men. That's how it goes. Oh, my grandmother was born with a veil over her face, and she showed me, she broke down the whole Bible to me. Come on now.
So the elect are always going to be drawn to the truth, all right, because the Lord is going to give them this.
A lot of key word, another key word. He said the elect. That's who the Most High is dealing with. If you're not the elect, you may come into this truth, but are you going to stay with this truth? Are you going to become disenchanted? The ones that become disenchanted, they are not of the elect.
Spirit to see and hear, okay? And the Lord said in Baruch that he would give us ears to hear and eyes to see in these latter days, right? Verse 10 says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. All right, so to particular people, the deeper thing.
That's why you can't get over the grape doctrine, because the mystery wasn't open to you. Or maybe it was, and you full of emotions. Whitney Houston, I get so emotional.
Things of the scriptures, the foolish things of the scriptures are not given, which when you look up that word foolish in the Greek, the root word is mysterion, meaning the secrets that only belong to the initiated, given to a few good men, okay? And through their message, he gives the remnant, the rest of the remnant, ears to hear as well. And here in these latter days, you have a lot of Israelite camps who there's particular things they can tell you that are true, all right? But when it comes to a certain point, there's a disconnect, okay? Because the spiritual things either bug them out, the
spiritual things bug them out. This knowledge will either raise you up in the spirit or bug you the hell out. We had guys that wound up in the damn psych ward over the truth because of them demons you coming in your way. This truth will do one or two things to you. It'll either build you up, make you a teacher, if you're part of the elect, or if you're not, it will bug you the hell out, man. They put you in that goddamn padded room with a straight jacket, giving you prescription drugs and feeding you fucking applesauce and water. This is nothing to play with, man. Do not play with the spirits. Don't play with the spirits. Because the spirits are, you think you over the spirits. The spirits know what you're gonna do before you do it. Them righteous angels and them wicked angels, man.
They still believe in the God of this world, because the truth be told, the Lord said this in 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter. In the 3rd verse, it says, "But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not." So you have people who say they believe in the Most High, but something as simple as reincarnation, him being able to bring a spirit back.
Another word, simple. Something as simple as reincarnation. I never believed reincarnation when I was so-called in the Christian. We was all Christians, right? When I came to school, the first time they said reincarnation is biblical, John the Baptist, I said, say no more. The reincarnation is biblical.
Back to him, and then at some point in the future on earth, bring that spirit back in another flesh. You know, that's too much, you know, like that's too deep. When here it is, this is the power, right, that created, you know, the heaven and the earth, spoke his son into existence, you know, spoke wisdom into existence and made it a living entity, man. That same power is not able to recycle spirits. He's the one who put the spirit in man. As a matter of fact, let's get that. Okay. Zechariah 12:1, the burden of the word of Yahweh, all right, for Israel, saith the Lord, which stretcheth forth the heavens and layeth the foundations of the earth, and formeth the spirit of man within him. You see that? And when you die, okay, you don't go to this. There's not a possibility of you going to this place called hell. All spirits go back to the spiritual.
That's why we said that none of these guys have 100% truth. And I mentioned IUIC, they do not. They got about 85% truth. After a while, they're gonna have 80% and 75%. Doctrine they teaching that the lake of fire is an eternal hell. That's a Roman Catholic doctrine, man. Watch what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai gonna do to the IUIC. If there's any elect up in there, which I believe there is, sincere brothers that are of the elect are gonna come out of her. If the General Netanyahu, if he's actually one of the elect, he will come out of her. He will get the oil back. Remember, you had that dream. You don't remember? I'm gonna bring it back to your remembrance, though you once knew this. You had a dream that you lost. You told us. It was myself, it was Apostle Gabar, and Apostle Ricard. And we was at the school on 126th Street, a mafia school, which is the house of David. We was out in the front, and we was always getting in front of the school, and we'd talk on the scriptures, and you would tell us about your dreams, your dreams. And you told us one of the dreams that you had was you lost the oil, but at the end of the dream, you got the oil back. Another dream that you had was Karamai, which is Killer Priest, which, by the way, Killer Priest, the rapper Killer Priest, he was a part of my camp, right along with the bishop. And he said he had a dream that we were on floats in a parade, like a righteous Hebrew Israelite parade. And he said he saw me, he saw himself and others, and people were cheering. And he saw Karamaya in the audience cheering for us. So you better hope that dream comes true. You better hope to because right now you ain't got the oil, my man. You ain't got the oil. So you better hope that the latter part of the dream comes true and you get the oil back.
Realm, whether you did righteousness or wickedness on the earth, when you die, you go back to the spiritual realm. Case in point, when you look up the majority of the kings of Judah, all right, and in all of the kings of Israel, the northern kingdom, they did some very wicked things, child sacrifice, all sorts of lewdness, bowing to idols,
homosexuality. The Benjaminites did that. And some of the other tribes, I would say. What is Jake doing now? A lot of Jakes are in the alternate lifestyles. And I got to say to that, alternate lifestyles, my ass. Jake is just gone, man. So at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, the only ones that's going to be saved are the elect, starting with the 144,000.
Golden calf all over again, right? And when they died, they simply rested with their fathers, because all spirits go back to the Father, and those spirits, okay,
including Esau and the other nations, they don't go to hell. Esau doesn't get tortured in the spiritual realm. He gonna get his ass whipped when he come back. That account in Luke, what I believe is Luke 16. Anybody can put it up there on the chat comment section. That was a parable. Lazarus and the rich man. The Lazarus represented the elect of Israel, and the rich man is twofold. It represented the wicked scribes and Pharisees, but everything is twofold in the scriptures for the most part. Who's it represent now? It represents Esau, the one in the power seat. So he's going to be on the bottom, and we're going to be on the top in Abraham's bosom.
They come back, all right, as they rest in the heavens, and every 3 to 4 generations, those spirits are brought back into the earth. That's in the Holy Scriptures, man. You see, but that's too much. That's too far out. When here it is, you're on earth, a whole human being, but the fact of a spirit, okay, going back to the Father and then eventually coming back on the earth is just.
A lot of you guys are like Neo in the first Matrix. That was the best Matrix. The rest of them was fucking bullshit. The best one was the first one. Anyway, when he was woken up, he was offered the red pill and the blue pill. And what was it? I think it was Morpheus, which means to transform, because his job was to transform him. He said, I believe it's transform, to morph, to change. Got to go into the root words. Anyway, he said, take the blue pill, and you'll go back in Alice in Wonderland. Take the red pill, and I'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. So he wanted to get deep. He wanted to get deep. That's the difference between milk and meat. He wanted the meat. And there was a scene in the movie where he was in front of the television in this recliner, and Morpheus said, welcome to the real world. And he looked at the TV, and it looked like Maui after the dew hit it, if you know what I mean, after the DEU hit it, or DEW, the Mountain Dew hit it. There's inside information. And he said, and what happened? He threw up, and he said, no, no, no. Well, that's what a lot of you guys are saying. Like with the grape thing. You were Neo when you first took that red pill. We gave you a piece of, I want some steak, man. Give me some of that damn steak. I can handle it. I said, you sure you can handle the steak? Because you're still a baby. I ain't no baby. Give him a little piece of steak, and he's choking on it. You niggas been choking off that same piece of steak since 2013, October 2013, when Brother Polite rolled up on us. And Brother Polite saw it and tried to convince Al-Azhar, or High Priest Grand Poobah Al-Azhar. And to this day, he can't see it. So if they say, well, we want to have a debate, we want to settle this thing, ain't nothing to be settled. If you can't see it, we gone. We gone. We on to the next one, man. Unless you want to pay me 50 racks, and I'll give you an hour of my time, and I'll break it down to you. But other than that, I'm not giving up. You ain't getting it no more. Don't even, we ain't discussing it no more. We moving on to the next one. Forgive me for my rant.
Too crazy. And you got this guy, Vocab Malone, who said the belief in reincarnation is an Eastern belief going back.
Well, what does a heathen know? Vocab is he's, he looks at us like a kid looking at Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. He don't know what to do with himself. And if he don't get his act together, he gonna wind up in a straitjacket too.
Back to the Elamites, the East Indians, and the fact that they believe that you die and you come back as a damn unicorn, or you die and you come back as a roach, you die, you come back as a rat. No, they believe in reincarnation in a bugged out way. Okay, even the concept of yin and yang, that really, all right, goes to the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, the control of both good and evil. See, balance. See, the heathen have always taken particular beliefs of the chosen lineage, and they had their own versions, their own creation stories. You see? So we don't believe in reincarnation in the sense that if you die as a man, you can come back as a cow and you worship the cow because the cow is your ancestor. You are you and the cow, in another life, you're going to be a cow when you come back. All sorts of bugged out. We don't believe in that. We believe you come back through the line of your fathers, which does what? Preserves that nation. All right. No matter where the seed is planted, the legacy of that nation, all right, on earth is in the scrotum sac of the man. That's what a legacy of each nation lies, through their fathers who brings forth.
That's why in the law, if there's two men fighting, two Israelite men, and the wife of the man that fighting the other guy, she jumps in. Maybe the guy's getting the best of her husband. She jumps in and she hits him in the family jewels, and she injures him. You know what the punishment is? Chop both her hands off. Chop both of her hands off. You know what you did with a boy that was becoming a man, a young man, and he was lazy, he didn't want to do nothing? You call the judges, the mother and the father, and you get the men of the city to get together and stone him to death till he die. Y'all don't want to talk about that. Y'all maybe can say that, but you can't see grape. And we don't condone grape. We're not saying you should grape women. All right? We're saying that if a man happens to do it, this is the law behind it. So put the emotions in your motherfucking trunk. Because we're gonna win at the end. GMS gonna win at the end. Let's listen to some more. It's getting long, but let's listen to some more.
The seed in each nation is tied what? To the spirit. Each man on earth, okay, as we just read in Zechariah the 12th chapter, a spirit inhabits his body. Okay? And when you deal with the concept of reincarnation and regeneration is a very common theme in the scriptures. Case in point, when the Lord, we'll get into John the Baptist, We're just rolling in the spirit, right? Hold up. Matthew 19:27. The disciples' reward. Then answered Peter and said unto him, speaking to the Messiah, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? What's going to be our reward for, giving up everything? And Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, see that? When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall, all right, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones. And isn't that promised? Isn't that fulfilled? That's in the scriptures. In Revelation, the 21st chapter, as you know, John the Revelator is seeing New Jerusalem come down from heaven. The spiritual temple, the government under Yahushua.
In the new kingdom, New Jerusalem, all Israelites that had died on this side, whether it be through the missiles or whatever way they go, they're gonna come back to us. They're not gonna sleep for 1,000 years and then be cast into a lake of fire. That's some Roman Catholic bullshit. Which shows you that the leadership or the leader, there's no leadership. There's only one leader, then the rest of them are followers. There's no leadership. Since he said that, he's basically, the majority of our people are just gonna burn, like the 2/3, they're just gonna burn in hell forever. So 1 trillion years from now, they're gonna still be burning in a hot fire. Show you, man, scriptures speak about them waxing worse and worse.
Okay, as he described you
got two group categories of Israelites. You got the house of David, descendants of the house of David, and you got descendants of the house of Saul. And I don't got to tell you who the descendants of the house of Saul is. Mosiah's not dealing with the house of Saul. He's dealing with the house of David. The house of David does not mean the tribe of Judah, which high priest Shia, the house of David is a tribe. No, the house of David are all the Israelites that were with David in his generation. That's why Yeshua is back in the world, because he wasn't one of the elect. At least the Most High have mercy on
him. That spiritual temple, okay? Revelation 21:14, and the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. So just their names are going to be there, but they ain't going to be there in their glory. Well, the Lord literally just told them, starting with the head, he was speaking to Peter, the head apostle, that what? He was going to sit on thrones as well in the government of Yahweh Bashim Shai.
You read down Matthew's, he just went to Matthew's 1927, I believe it was. Matter of fact, I'm sure. In Matthew's, okay, it says this, and everyone that have forsaken houses or brothers or sisters or fathers or mothers or wives or children or lands for my name's sake, meaning if you have children that don't follow the Father and his truth, they're gonna be received back. They're not gonna burn in hell. Shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. That's you and your family, you and your house. For many that first shall be last, and last shall be first.
So right there, we see that in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have the presence of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. That's the foundation of this spiritual temple. Okay, and then as you keep reading down, it's the 144. That's the governing body. That's the temple. You see? And then you're going to have the large multitude after that.
Notice that he just mentioned the 144, and I've just started mentioning it, and Apostle Kabar said he's going to start mentioning it. So now we're going into the 144,000 stage. That's the cabinet, the top of the top, the creme de la creme of the elect, starting with the 12.
Hello, Yahweh Bashim Shai. So the word regeneration, we'll look it up here real quick. Because again, generation, I mean, that means back in the flesh, back in your gene line.
Certain Israelites that don't understand the scriptures, they'll say, well, the scriptures don't say reincarnation, it says regeneration. Well, guess what? I can say reincarnation or I can say regeneration. It means the same thing. Re meaning back to, generation means reincarnation. It means back to the flesh. Regeneration means back to the gene. What is a gene made out of? What is a sperm made out of? Flesh. It turns into flesh. It grows in the mother's womb. All a woman is a walking, talking incubator. That's all a woman is. She's a walking, talking incubator and a sex slave. And a loving, the loving part of your household. That's all she is. She's an incubator slash sex slave. That's another topic right there. What is a woman? What is it called? The lowest common denominator is she's a walking, talking incubator and a sex slave. Because you don't get with these women out here because they can cook. They can't cook. These women can't cook. I used to bring women that I dealt with and press them with my food. Man, they used to eat the food and lick the plate. I didn't have to wash the damn plate. I just rinsed the plate. And they would give me that look. Like, you actually made this? Yeah, bitch, because you can't boil water. So when you get with a woman, you ain't getting with her because she's going to guide the house. You getting with her for really, it boils down to two things. Having sex and have children. Because these women don't guide the house.
Generation. Okay.
The woman does have rights, but she has limited rights. Men have more. When a Hebrew Israelite man sells a Hebrew Israelite man sells his daughter to another Hebrew Israelite man, she has limited rights. She has rights, but she has limited rights. And she becomes that man's servant for life. If a man becomes a servant, Hebrew man becomes a servant under another Hebrew man, he becomes he's a servant or a slave. You can use a harsher word as slave for 7 years. Then he's let go free, and you got to give him substance. So when you come out, read the account of Jacob and Laban. Jacob and Laban sat down and made an agreement. If I work 7 years, I'll get your daughter. He wound up working 14 years, and the daughters wasn't even in the negotiations. So how the fuck you gonna tell me these women got the same rights as men? They did have rights, but they had limited rights as opposed to a man. That's why you can grape them.
Because it's probably going to talk about some, rapture. The Greek word is
Strong's G 3824. Polygenesia.
A new birth. See that new birth now, real quick. Psalms 104. Real quick, Psalms 104. Because that flesh, that flesh comes back, man. That spirit comes back, I mean. All right, that spirit comes back. This is Psalms 104. I'll just get to the point. In 29, thou hidest thy face, they are troubled, thou takest away their breath, they die and return to their dust. According to the book of Ecclesiastes, when you die, your body returns to the dust through decay, all right, through, worms eating you, right?
By the way, I'm doing a candida parasite detox what I'm doing, I'm killing the worms in me. But you're always going to have worms in you. You're always going to have a balance there. I'm just putting everything in balance. Now, why when somebody dies, their flesh start rotting? Because their immune system turns off. When you die, your immune system dies with it, which fights these parasites. So what happens if there's no immune system? Then the parasites take over. That's why your flesh gets eaten. They got a disease called a flesh-eating disease. It could be in your arm, and the reason why that's happening because your immune system is not working properly. You got Jake that gets leprosy. Do you know what that is? That's autoimmune disease. So, when you get in these scriptures, you got to learn science. You got to learn a lot of, you got to have a lot of things, man. You can't be a Christian. You can't be a boneheaded Christian. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to close right here. I'm 12 minutes 16 seconds in of a 48-minute plus video. And I'm going to close it. I may come back, or let's see what the spirit does. Somebody else might pick up from where I left off. John the Baptist, Elijah, and reincarnation. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.